your cell phones and join us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so we do have some additions, trying to get things at the end of the year wrapped up. The additions we have, Melanie, are Resolution 2018-17 and the vehicles for the contract with the town, the upfitting of those.
Correct.
Is there anything else or any deletions?
No.
All right. With that, we're going to go right into, it's 10:01. We're going to open up the hearing for the renewable energy zone, which has been listed. So that hearing is officially open, and we'll leave it open for a while. I don't think I see any comments at this time. So with that, we'll open up the second hearing. It's 10:02, and it's a fee change hearing. We have some, every 18 months we can go through our fees and have proposed changes. We have a few of those. And we'll leave that hearing open also if anybody has any comments. So, next item right after that is public comment. Is there any public comment at this time? No public comment. So we're going to move and have a couple of people here. I'm going to vary from the agenda right off. Ronnie asked if we could get to hers right off. She's in the middle of remodeling the county house out at the fairgrounds. So we have a request from the fairgrounds, the 4th of July celebration. We have traditionally gave both North Lake and the fairgrounds a $500 4th of July donation over the last 2 years. Ronnie, 2 or 3 years, 3 years. Ronnie has come yesterday. They no longer, the fire department is not doing the fill the boots, and the request is to move that up to 1,000, one-time shot to 1,000. You'll find different funding next year. Yeah. And so during discussion yesterday, it would be appropriate if we were going to up the celebration contribution, we should do it for both areas. So with that, I'll make a motion to award both Lake County Fairgrounds and North Lake 4th of July celebration $1,000 out of the video lottery funds, and for that to be a request each year, and then next year it should go back down to the 500.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Further discussion? There being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Oh, thank you.
You can go back to work, Ron.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm gonna get Rachel out here next, and then we'll get to you, okay? So Rachel, let's jump to yours. We'll get those taken care of right away. Mark, sorry for jumping around. It gives everybody a chance to get back to their position. So we have two. Agreement number 4918 between Oregon Board of Parole and Post-Prison Supervision. We need to, that's amendment number 3 to the intergovernmental agreement. Do you have any questions, Mark? If not, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion for agreement 4918, amendment number 3, to approve that agreement.
Okay, I'll second the motion. The motion was made and seconded to accept agreement number 4918 between Oregon Board of Parole and Post-Prison Supervision. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. I think I got those backwards from what the agenda shows. And then the other one is, where'd it go? We're almost organized this morning.
Sorry.
So the other one is the contract between Oregon Criminal Justice Commission and Lake County. This was funds, it was the best estimate on the amount of funds it would take through this grant for wages, correct? And so we came in lower than the projection, so this is returning $9,400.
So I will make a motion to return the $9,400 for the Criminal Justice Commission to the Criminal Justice Commission for $9,400.
I'll second the motion. Motion's been made and seconded to return the $9,400 contract between Oregon Criminal Justice Commission and Lake County. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Have you done also, Rachel? Thank you for being here.
All right, thanks.
And Jennifer, I'll probably leave the hearing open for a while. If you want to set the meeting, you're welcome. If you've got things to do, and if some questions come up, we'll run down and get you.
Okay.
Whichever works best for you.
All right, I got lots to do.
I know you do. Thank you for being here.
Yep.
All right, not Melanie, and we have, why don't we do the addition of the resolution first? Did that be appropriate? Again, we're going to adopt the budget?
Yes, and I didn't bring my copy of that. So if you just let me know.
Okay.
Is this, you're talking about the sheriff resolution?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
No, that's nice.
I think it's.
This is for the fingerprint machine. You got it?
Yeah, I got it. So, my understanding is there was a discussion a couple weeks ago with the sheriff on the fingerprint scanning machine that I think went out of commission, basically had to replace it. The idea was at the time to handle it in the jail or sheriff budget, and then if they couldn't afford it, find contingency dollars or go a different route. The issue with this purchase is it is a capital purchase due to the cost and the life expectancy of this piece of equipment. So requires an appropriation transfer. So resolution 2018-17 increases and creates a capital category and then decreases materials and services. Currently, it looks like they have they will have enough savings in materials and services to accommodate this capital purchase of $24,000.
So, Mark, I believe this was even discussed and agreed to before you were on, I believe.
I knew about the machine because I worked there.
Yeah, because, but what we said is that at the end of the year, if your fund wasn't able to sustain the cost, we'd go to contingency. Error on our, the board's part was not bringing Ann on board because it's a capital purchase, so this resolution makes that all within the guidelines for capital.
And I know that with that machine, that thing, if we don't have that machine up there, it is a mess. Because
Yeah.
what happens is, if you don't have those fingerprints perfect by ink, they keep sending it back,
Yep.
sending stuff back, and it is a mess. And so we have to have that machine from it.
Yeah, that's where we were
I
at.
don't have that.
I have it here, I can make a
So
motion.
if you
Melanie
make the
just
motion-
gave it to you this
Why
morning.
don't you make the motion?
I'll make a motion in the matter of appropriation transfer, accepting resolution number 2018-17.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Do you need any further discussion?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you, Ann. Melanie, everybody for getting things going there. The next thing we have from you and, the upsetting isn't you, so we just have the budget now for you?
Yeah.
All right, so, and that made some changes to the budget, so go right ahead, give us.
So you should have a revised resolution number 2019-03 in the matter of the 1920 budget. I actually see a typo on this first page. So I need to remove a 6 out of the $53 million.
I just seen it just as you said that.
Yeah. So the good news is the signature page and the totals down below are correct, but there's a typo in that figure of adopting the budget. This resolution does 4 things. It adopts the budget in totality. It makes appropriations by department and category and fund and category, which provides the spending limit for all of the elected officials and department heads that manage these individual budgets. It also imposes the tax. That is the direction given to our county assessor for the tax roll. And the last thing is it categorizes the tax, and that's also information he uses in creating those, I think it's Measure 5, Measure 50 limits on property taxes. There's a general government limit and there's an education limit, and so we have to tell him that ours is part of the general government limitation. So this resolution does all 4 of those requirements by state law. And we are required to have this in meeting and approved before we incur any expenses in July. So we are well ahead of the timeline and can operate and have the doors open July 1st.
Okay, so and I've only done this about 19 times. One motion covers the taxation and everything.
Yes, you can.
I'll try not to ask that next year.
Well, it's okay. I think in the past, we actually did 4 separate resolutions for each thing. But in research, it can be all under one resolution. You approve this one resolution as presented.
Okay. So I'll make a motion in the matter of the 2019-2020 budget, accept resolution number 2019-03, and the typo will be corrected.
All second. And so do we have to have the total 53,666,222?
Yes, we can state that. The
Yes.
motion, I'll amend the motion, the total adopted budget amount is $53,666,222.
And then that way our error's not in there. I second.
No, perfect, very good catch. Motion's been made and seconded, further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Woo-hoo, we got our budget for next year. That's
Thank you.
one of the
Yes.
big things the board of commissioners is responsible for with the people that make it happen, so that is,
In your packets, you should have a revised, it just shows by fund and department, kind of some actual numbers from the past, budgeted numbers this fiscal year, and then now this new adopted figure with kind of percentages of general fund or percentage of overall county. So I think this is a useful document.
yeah, absolutely.
We have one more resolution that should be in your packet. This is also kind of a housekeeping resolution, and it establishes policies for fund balances according to GASB 54 for the following fiscal year. The intent of this action is to try and standardize how counties and governments set up their funds across the nation. And we have the ability to set up a lot of funds, but if they're really primarily supported by general fund and property tax dollars, we want that to be known. So what this resolution does is it commits and assigns and then sets priorities on funds for next fiscal year. It should be at the back of,
Is that the
It's-
1920?
it's 2019-04, it's a 2-page document. it might have been at the very back of your other.
The one from yesterday?
Yep.
Not one.
Well, it might be on today's also, is it?
Yeah.
It is. So even today, it's the back of your packet for today.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can see we have 4 different funds there that are not, they're special revenue funds, but there's no legislation that would require them to be special revenue funds. It's not like road funding. It's not like building department funding or anything like that. So the museum fund, the landfill, the Lake County Roundup, and the business loan program fund. So
So I'll make a motion in establishing policies for fund balances, except resolution number 2019-04 as presented.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye, motion carries. Thank you, man, I wouldn't miss that one.
okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ann, for all your hard work.
We could run for another year now.
We can, yep, we can keep the doors open, keep operating for another year.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
So moving back up, try to get back to our agenda, we'll go to contract BLM aviation. Mr. Berman had some things going. I said, and I think he talked to you too, there's no reason for him to be here. This is just pretty simple, so would entertain a motion on that.
To the BLM one.
Yeah, you know, we're both got things scattered all over the place this year.
I had them in order, how we were doing them now, I got them scattered, so I'll make a motion to accept the BLM transfer from the BLM, from the Forest Service to the BLM lease on the airport.
I'll second the motion. Motion's been made and seconded to enter into the lease agreement between Lake County Airport and BLM lease agreement. The Forest Service lease expires on the last day of June, I believe. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Now we're to OHA agreement number 15-9. The first one is that mental health one.
Yes.
Let me make sure I got the right one here. All right, so I'll make a motion to accept the agreement number 159169 as presented.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Further discussion? We do these each biennium, it's biennial agreement. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. The second one is agreement number 159818. This is with biennium agreement with public health. I'll just go ahead and make that motion to accept agreement number 159818 as presented.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We've already done the criminal justice and those other 2 IGAs, correct? So we're gonna leave the hearing open, jump right on down to ODOT agreement number 33580. And that one is that's the agreement for fiscal impact and a positive of $124,074.
I'll make a motion to accept the ODOT agreement 33580 for a fiscal impact of $124,074.
Second the motion. Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Melanie, do you have anything to add? We're good to go. You done everything yesterday, right?
I think so.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Now it's the service provider agreement, LCSCA. Let me get that one.
Is that the senior center?
Yeah, well, senior center first.
I'll make a motion to accept the Lake County Senior Center Association Service Agreement for $132,291.
I'll second the motion. Motion's been made and seconded to accept the agreement between Lake County Senior Citizens Association and Lake County. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. The next one is for Court Family Center Service Agreement.
I'll make a motion to accept the agreement between the Intercourt Family Center Service Agreement, for $108,873.
I'll second the motion. Motion being made and seconded to accept Intercourt Family Center Service Agreement, total being $108,873. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Both of those funds are contingent on the state dollars, federal/state dollars that come down, and there's no impact to general fund on them.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, meeting minutes.
Both of those are grant funded.
Yes. Yep. Special transportation's all managed through Melanie, and it's all grant funded. No general fund dollars. We have meeting minutes of work session is 6:4 and the regular session is 6:5. I'll make a motion to accept both minutes as presented.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Accept the minutes. Any further discussion? Melanie, thank you so much for always having our minutes caught up and always getting them to us for us to approve and get it done. It's very nice not having any backlogs. Thank you for what you do. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. So we have 2 hearings open at this time. There has been no public comment on, we'll take them one at a time. No public comment on the Reds hearing process. So at 10:22, I'm going to close that hearing. And that's Reds stand for the Rural Renewable Energy Development Zone. We had quite an overview on it yesterday, and there being no public comment, I would entertain a motion accepting that resolution.
I'll make a motion to accept the resolution, the 2019-01C for the Rural Renewable Energy Development Zone.
I'll second the motion. Motion's been made and seconded to accept resolution number 2019-01C. Further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. We will now close the hearing on the fee change at 10:23. This is the first of 2 hearings. We have a date for another hearing. First meeting in July, I believe. And let the record show there was no comments on the fee hearing. Did I miss anything? We have no legal updates today.
Do we have to get Jennifer back here?
No, we don't. We do have the deputy upfit,
Yeah.
the vehicle upfit. Sorry, I almost missed that one. We done the resolution, correct? 2018-17.
Yeah.
We done that, but we didn't approve the upfitting of the vehicles. Okay, so we went through the process to fit 2 vehicles that were purchased through contract funds with the town of Lakeview. Followed the process rules, and we I don't have the layer stuff in front of me.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
So I'll make this is for two, and we're trying to get this done by the end of the year to make the budgets look good.
So I'll make a motion to accept the town deputy upfit for $52,837.62.
I'll second the motion. The motion's been made and seconded. Further discussion, that shows that's for two vehicles.
And
Yep. All in favor?
I,
Aye, motion carries. All right, now have I missed anything? So I would say now is a very good time to publicly, once again, thank Garrett for his time in Lake County, worked for Lake County Examiner. Garrett, a lot I've interacted with, and everything, you've always been very professional. Appreciate that. Just wish you the best in whatever endeavors you take from here. So hope you can reflect in the years from here on, and hopefully some positive times here in Lake County. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
With that, we will adjourn at 10:25.